Discerning Shooters here for Blue Collar Prepping, and this week we're doing a little bit of fun, a little bit of practice, all that kind of good stuff. We've actually had quite a break in the weather. It's a little bit warmer. We've lost a lot of snow, so it gives us an opportunity to do this. Lots of inspiration for this project. It's like, one, you got to have something to do. Just sitting there, being there waiting for whatever to get out of the house or get power back or the zombies to go away can make you stir crazy. Just because you don't have power doesn't mean you can't go out and do things and experience things. You know, much like the chickens, if they don't have something to do, they'll turn on each other. Humans are the same way. Second thought of this is, like, in the comments section or below the video, I'll post a picture of the inspiration. I've seen this pallet igloo thing where they just stacked a bunch of pallets and made an igloo. Well, I didn't get enough pallets for all that. In addition to that, that's a project that takes multiple hands. So in the rule of threes, you know, 3 minutes without air, 30 minutes without shelter, such on and so forth. I did this predominantly by myself, and I could have done it by myself in about 20 minutes. Now, the great thing about pallets is here in northern Michigan is they're everywhere. They are everywhere. So the other day I just grabbed a handful in the trailer and what have you. But this could be create a shelter anywhere where you find these. So that was one thing, is the practicing, is what can we do to create a shelter. One of the other good things about using pallets and the fact that they're everywhere here is that with the slat work, they're all roughly the approximate size. They're all made out of oak. They're very, very sturdy. And the slat work can make it interlocking like Legos, or more appropriate like Lincoln Logs. So with a little bit of planning, or even not a little bit of planning, but a little shimming about back and forth, you can get it where it's a pretty solid structure. Now on the top here, I made this solid, and there are gaps here in the side. I mean, it's built. It'll take a substantial amount of wind as well as snow across the top. And the idea behind that is, and you'll see that also in the photo I'm going to share, is that there's a lot of surface area for snow to cling to. And as snow clings to it, that actually it will fill in the sides and across the top and on both sides, and it'll create actually like an igloo or a structure. And a little later on this winter, we'll come back to that, because myself and the spawn will play in it, and we'll see how well it works, and if we can heat it with a candle and this, that, and the other thing. Now, granted, there is a pretty big opening here. We might have to do something about that. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see what goes on. However, we did orient this because my experience is the way the wind blows here in our backyard. It's either out of the northwest or to the southwest, so it comes up. So this is a great spot where the house is blocking it from the southwest, and the side and the wall here is blocking it from the northwest. So it's a little bit of a fun project to make it fun, also to practice, you know, our disaster skills or our survival skills out in the woods. And you got to make it fun, like I said. You don't want to turn on each other. You got to have something to do. So, out of breath and convoluted as always, this is the Discerning Shootist saying, be good, be safe, and if you can't be safe, be good and dangerous.